Lisa Erickson, as I think of myself in my career, how can I have an infinite mindset when it feels like to be successful, I need to focus on the finite mindset? Oh, boy, you nailed it. How would you suggest adopting an infinite mindset for an individual contributor role? Okay, this is one of the challenges. This is one of the reasons I wrote this book, which is so many of us, dare I say most of us, are going to work in environments at companies that, quite frankly, they're only playing the finite game. And all of the incentives, all of the pressures, all of the instructions we're getting are finite, 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 finite. So what are we supposed to do? Well, we be the leaders we wish we had. And though we can't change the incentive structures of the organization, and though we can't change the reward structures in how our leaders may recognize us and tell us good work, we can change how we show up for everybody else, and we can start to recontextualize our own work, which is I'm going to use my job to learn how to be a better leader. I'm going to learn to take care of the people around me. And I'm going to talk about how their work benefits the people around them. In other words, you treat your team, whether you're the leader or not, whether you're the authority or not, because you can be the leader even if you're not the authority. Whether you have the authority or not, you treat your little team as if you're the company. And I've seen this happen, where you have these wonderful teams that end up becoming much higher performing because the team trusts each other, they care about each other, they become more innovative. A closed-minded company, a very finite-minded company, usually just leaves that team alone because their numbers are good. And if you have curiosity at the top, they're interested in why retention is better, morale is higher, performance is better, and they come over and say, what are you doing? And eventually one of those people will get either promoted or moved out of the group to another group, and they take everything they've learned. And so to show up with an infinite mindset means I'm going to teach good leadership to the people I work with, and I'm going to serve as an example, because each of those people has the potential to be a leader somewhere else, and I'm going to fill the organization with great leaders so that in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, when the people who have the authority now have gone and left, we will take over. The infinite mindset is also about patience, which is I'm doing this for a higher calling. I'm doing this to have a positive impact, and I may not be around to see the result. That's the hard part about having an infinite mindset. Think about it in terms of a social movement. All of the founders of the women's suffrage movement, all of them were dead before women's suffrage was passed, before we gave the vote to women, right? Think about that for a second. They devoted their lives to something that they never saw the result happen, and yet they died proud because they could see and feel the momentum because of the people around them that they had inspired, who they knew would carry the torch once they were gone. That's what you do inside your organization. Find people that you can pass the torch on to.